Hey guys, Andrew Henderson, Nomad Capitalist, here on the beach in Nusa Dua, Bali. They call this one of the best beaches, so it's nice to enjoy the beach a couple days a year at least. And here at the resort, got a massage today and thought back to an experience that changed my way of thinking a number of years ago. Wanted to share that with you because I think it applies to a lot of the stuff we talk about here at Nomad Capitalist. So for the longest time, I was traveling around Asia and getting massages. And, typically these $10, $15, $20 places that you find all over Southeast Asia. And I would go in and I'd say, you know what, my legs feel fine. I want the 1 hour massage, but don't touch my legs. Just do this area, and that area. And I would always do that. And I felt good, but I never got the big aha moment of why people get massages. And so a couple years ago, I was at a resort like this. Not a lot of massage options around except for the hotel spa. And I bit the bullet and paid $100 and some to get a massage at the resort. And as often happens, when you pay more, you do often get more. You get what you pay for, as they say. And I happened to get a masseuse who explained to me, when I tried to tell her what I did or didn't need done, she said, hey, listen, I've been doing this for 20 years. Let me just try the full body massage and let me see how you feel. Because she started to explain to me how the right shoulder connects with the left leg and how different parts connect together, and if you just do half the body, it doesn't necessarily have the full effect as doing the full body. And it opened my eyes. And I remember, for some odd reason, thinking about that experience. And going and kind of thinking, for all this time, I've been telling the masseuses how to massage me. Some of them, like this lady, had 20 years of experience, maybe some of them had more. And I was telling them, I as the guy just getting the massage, I as the amateur was telling them what they were supposed to do, rather than trusting their expertise. And that was kind of about the time, several years ago, when I made a pivotal shift in my life to get away from just trying to figure stuff out on my own and delegate stuff to the experts. Since I've done that, my businesses have grown so much faster, I have so much more free time, and it's been one of the best decisions I've made to find experts, delegate, and trust them. And I find that this really applies to the stuff that we talk about at Nomad Capitalist, whether it's setting up an offshore company, whether it's getting a second passport, investing overseas, whatever. It's easy to think, hey, I know all about investing in Nicaragua. But chances are there are folks in Nicaragua who've been there for a long time who know all the things you should and shouldn't do, and hiring them and paying them a few bucks to help you figure that out will probably save you money in the long run. The same as I learned the lesson about massage. And so what I've done over the last number of years is say, hey, I want a passport, I find the expert. In my case, I actually go on the ground in these different countries, as you know, and kind of figure out who's the expert and try different stuff out, throw stuff against the wall and see what sticks. And then once I find the best expert, entrust them to get the job done. And I can tell you, the times when I've had the biggest, I don't want to say failures, but the biggest learning experiences in the offshore world has been when I've gotten information from someone who knew a friend of a friend, or gotten information from some guy who claimed to be the expert but wasn't the expert. That's when I've had the times when I've, made some mistakes. In recent years, it's been so much smoother sailing because I just trust the expert in each place. And so what I've been able to do over the last number of years is kind of become what I would call the general contractor for some folks, where I know all the different experts in different places. And I may know how a Hong Kong company works or a Panama residency works and know the basics. I don't know subsection 81B of the Panama residency law. I trust the expert to know that when necessary. And I trust him to let me know what I need to know. So for me, the big lesson, whether it's massage or whether it's in the offshore nomad capitalist realm, is knowing when to trust an expert, finding those folks. And I always tell folks, you see the trees behind me here. If you want to plant a tree in your yard, you can go out and find an acorn, plant it, wait X number of years for the tree to grow, and there you go, you got it for free. Or if you want to get the result now, you can call the guy who knows trees, and he comes over and puts one in the yard tomorrow and tells you, hey, it's going to be there for the next 20 years. Either one is cool. What I found is calling the person who knows what he's doing, having him do the work for me, call me when it's done, call me when the passport's ready, call me when the company's done, call me when the tax work is done, has worked so much better for me, rather than me going around and telling experts how they should do the job. I sit back, I pay the best, and they do the work for me. If you're looking to go offshore, my personal suggestion based on only what's worked for me, is to follow that same approach. And you can find someone who knows all those people, or you can go out and find them all yourself. Either way works, but definitely better than going it alone, in my opinion. I learned that lesson, perhaps ironically, from a massage and from a masseuse, but it served me well in the last few years, and the results have been so much better than doing it by myself.